Sports. Alongside Grant Hill and Brent Barry, I'm Brian Anderson. Also with us tonight, our reporter, Allie LaForce. And it's Seattle with the ball. Pass to Claxton. Outside, Alexander Walker. Clock at 6. And here's Doncic. Hounded by Morant. Oh, Morant with the block. And the Bucks pushing it up now. Shot's good by Sarr.
The way Morant sets up his teammates is as good as any guard in this league.
And here's Doncic. He'll bring it up for Seattle. And one thing that Morant has always been elite at, finding a seam in a defense and getting to the rim.
Yeah, any crack allows him to get inside. And as good as anyone at splitting a double, which he sees a lot of. So once inside, he can finish with authority or kick it out to a shooter.
And Doc Rivers calls timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Morant with it. A great score, averaging almost 26 a game. Kicks it out to Wagner. Left side, Morant. Back to Wagner. Okoro, right side. The Bucks need to get up a shot here. 18 feet out. It's wide right, hits off the rim.
Well, he's a guy they count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
And he's going for the lob. Claxton can't get it to go.
Looking for the spectacular and coming up empty.
Yeah, you can see when it's that close, players reacting. Just, oh, man, we just missed that one. Maybe they'll get another chance at it.
Now here's Morant. Here's Wagner. Buries it down low.
And Wagner is a very efficient scorer in the painted area.
Seattle on offense. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Fires for 3. Connects from downtown.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Now here's Morant. Wagner with it. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by Luka Doncic. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Moments ago, Tyronn Lue and I were able to chat. and we discussed his plan for John Morant. Coach smiled and said, I just told my guys to stay ready out there, ready for anything, because Morant can do so many surprising things. We just have to stay on our toes. Hopefully that flexible mindset helps the defense keep up with Morant's antics out there. B.A.?
As always, Allie, we thank you. Now here's Morant. Pass to Wagner. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up. Grant, you look at the development path of Franz Wagner. Not surprising he had an easier transition to the NBA.
But think about this, B.A. I mean, he played against men very early in Germany, splitting time in Euroball, and at Michigan let him really develop in multiple ways. So he's seen it all and is still so young.
Pass to Caldwell Pope. It's tipped. And the Bucks pushing it up now. Here's Morant. And he finishes off the break with the lay-in.
I mean, just an agile move by Morant down low, working around the contact and getting it to go.
Get there. Throws it up high. Back to Doncic. To the middle. Here's Claxton. And Claxton throws it down.
All eyes on Luka. The defense forgot about his teammates.
Here's Morant. Pass to Wagner. Now White. Back to Morant. Shot clock at 6. Here's Sarr. Jams it in off a great move.
Yeah, easy enough for the 7-footer. Sarr bringing the house down.
Doncic outside. Outside, Caldwell Pope. Here's Doncic. He's been an important part of this offense, averaging around 22 points a game. Here's Morant. And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Pass to Wagner. Okoro, left side. Outside Morant. From outside the arc. Seattle pulls it in. And here's Doncic. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
Personal foul.
In 2024, Luka Doncic recorded 6 consecutive 30-point triple-double games.
That's right, B.A. The first time anyone has done it in NBA history. So if you didn't already believe in Luka magic, well, there's some proof that the magic is real.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
Outside, Caldwell Pope. Here's Claxton. And again, it's Seattle missing.
Not a bad shot from the mid-range. The D's giving it to him, and he's usually got an eye in that kind of range.
Offensive rebound. White for 3. Can't get it to go. Missed his first one. Now here's Doncic. Oh, a dunk and a foul! A powerhouse move! He's got a chance for one more at the line. Ja Morant picks one up. This is his second trip to the line in the game. Outside Morant. 1 second left. And that's 2 points on the layup. 1 quarter in the books. And it's been a close one. Milwaukee out in front. Up by 2. Quarter number 2 coming up right after this break. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. All right, what stands out to you from Milwaukee in this one?
Well, they've used the fast break well to score easy points and keep the defense unsettled.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack, as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
Pass to White. Back to Morant. 6 on the shot clock. Now here's Okoro. His first shot coming late. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Okoro's got his first points of the night.
Yeah, you don't want to see a ton of mid-range from Okoro, but that time, very nice touch.
Here's Doncic. Got a hand on it. Now White. Yet to see a basket. Morant with it. Ja slices through. Some solid defense from Claxton.
Well, a lot of players in the league are going to make that shot, and for him, it's pretty much automatic. It's a good defensive effort to prevent the layup.
Well, Grant, we know non-shooting big men can clog the paint, but if they know where to move off the ball, that certainly helps.
Yeah, you know, big men who know those circle actions, like flashing to the open spot when their man gives help, they often end up with easy looks inside.
Sarr. Oh, he got him with a pump fake, but he couldn't finish. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Brian, with the Bucks switching coaches midway through last season, Doc Rivers, experienced with star-laden rosters, he said, quote, "I resist thinking that you can't coach players. I have no problem holding them accountable. If you don't do it, you're not going to win." Brian, the pressure's on to get it done.
Now, the burden of expectations. It's title or bust. Thanks, Allie.
And it's a blessing to have a big wing with the mobility of Wagner.
Down low. Here's Caldwell Pope. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Caldwell Pope's got 5.
There are only a few players who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
Back to Okoro. From downtown. Pass to Morant. The 3. Seattle pulls it in.
Practically a block. Good, strong challenge.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss, that kind of energy not wasted.
Now George, defended by Wagner. Claxton with it. There's the 3. He drops it from range. He's got 5.
Does so much out there to stretch out the defense when he's out on the perimeter, and he drains the triple.
Doncic on the wing. Now for those joining us now, we're in the second quarter, about 3 minutes gone by. Can't hit from in close.
Teammates right now covering up for the type of off performance he's having. In terms of scoring, this has not been his best night.
Right side Morant. Pass to Okoro. And he goes in for the dunk.
And that's no problem as Okoro's able to rise up.
And it's Seattle with the ball. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter. They're kicking off a 4-game road trip. Grant, you talk about NBA length. Alex Sarr has it in spades.
So many young bigs we're seeing these days. He combines that length with some guard skills as well. And that's a very intriguing package.
From deep, Morant. Claxton with a rebound. Here's Doncic. He's got 6. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Here's Claxton. That's his 5th miss. Only made 2 shots in this one so far. The 3 from Okoro. Great start so far. 3 of 3 in this one.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
Doncic deciding where to go with it. Inside. He's got a clear path for the finish. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Well, gotta go back to the steal that started the break. Alex Sarr, just great instincts. I'll tell you, this kid's got a high ceiling.
There's 1:26 left in the first half. And here's Dunn. Wagner with a steal. And here's Morant outside. Here's Sarr. And that one is hammered home.
Yeah, this is exactly what you want to see from Sarr. Owning the glass and then finishing the play.
Tipped away. And here we go again. The Bucks on the break. Kicks it out to Wagner. Outside White. The three is up. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Oh, and a fast break for the Bucks. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock and the game clock. Okoro outside. From deep, Morant. The three-pointer is down, Ja Morant.
Opting for the quick shot there. Morant trying to outpace the defense.
Here's Goodwin. Here's DeRozan. Banked it in off the glass.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
Wagner for 3. And so it's Milwaukee up 15 points as this quarter concludes. Boy, they've been playing at a fast pace, beating the defense in transition and adding to that big lead. We'll be right back with you shortly. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. White, good.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
Well, Grant, from roster to coaching changes, the Bucks have been trying to become an even more elite team.
Yeah, teams are always tinkering now these days, BA. The Bucks know they are a high-level team, but they want to dominate the competition on another level.
White looking it over. Okoro outside. Back to White. Into the lane. Ooh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end.
He's pouring it on at a nice clip, and the rest of the team is stepping up as well.
There's the steal. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. And he'll be shooting his first free throw. About a minute played here in the second half. Morant into the lane. That's good. And now he's 5 for 11 in this one.
And how about that? Coming out to start the half, a perfect 3 of 3.
The 3. And Doncic with the 3. Doncic has got 11 points.
Along with everything else, Doncic is a knockdown three-point shooter.
Shot is good. Off the back rim and in. And the Bucks lead by 20.
Well, great start. Check that box. They've made their first 4 shots, guys, and the offense looking very fluid right now.
Here's Doncic. Takes it inside. Uses the glass to finish the layup. He's got 13.
The size and strength of Doncic can go overlooked. I mean, he's more than capable of scoring there in the paint.
Here's Sarr. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
You gotta love his unselfishness, and you know his coach does as well.
Well, not just coach, but you can see it in the teammates, the way that they look at him. They appreciate it when he shares the ball like that.
And Doncic is a walking triple-double threat. His versatility and confidence is really special.
Hits one, then misses the second attempt from the line.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Left side, Morant. Launches it. It's good. He's 6 for 12 from the floor.
They couldn't have asked for a better start to the second half. They've been perfect from the field so far.
Now here's Doncic. 14 points for him. And he's now 6 for 11 after that one. Here's Morant. Pass to Sarr. And he jams it home with authority.
Throws it down emphatically.
He's got serious hops, right? You add that to his ability to penetrate, that's 2 easy points. To the inside. Caldwell Pope.
That's the way to finish KCP with a show of force at the rim.
Okoro outside. Pass to Sarr. Driving inside. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Doncic. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have passed.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue, and you can't give up looks like that all game long.
To the paint. Wagner with a steal. Here's Sarr. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. Milwaukee shooting their 4th attempt at the line tonight.
Obviously, Alexander Sarr's stature grabs your attention, but he's stronger than he looks, too. And that can be a pretty dangerous combination if he learns to use it right.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Now Doncic. Just 4 to shoot. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Shoots over White. Back to Doncic. Second shot opportunity. With the clock winding down. Caldwell Pope's shot is off.
They've had a slight leg up on the boards and a big leg up on the scoreboard.
Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen.
1:27 left to play in the third quarter. Pass to Sarr. Boom! He jams it straight down.
And after playing professionally in France, we wondered what Sarr would look like in the NBA. And you know, I think our question is answered.
To the inside. Here's Claxton. Now George. To the middle. Here's Alexander Walker. It's hauled in by White.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
Both teams will make substitutions. 46 seconds left in the third quarter. And it's Cole Anthony with a foul. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
Here's Goodwin. Still without a bucket. It's intercepted.
Oh, that's some pesky defense. Should have thought twice before attempting that pass.
Williams with the screen. And he lobs it up top. Done with a steal. 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And they get it. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And he'll go to the line. It goes on Cole Anthony. Seattle's shooting their 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight.
Yeah, numbers from the free throw line for DeRozan have only improved as his career has gone on.
Williams with the screen. Pass to Dick. Lets it go from deep. Offensive board. And Williams punches it home.
And just an incredible effort on the offensive glass.
Wow, follows it up with the putback to finish the play. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks, already up 26 points.
61.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. Here's Goodwin. Brent, you've spent some time in front offices. How much more do teams rely on analytics now versus even a decade ago?
Oh, a massive amount, BA, but there are a lot of teams that are still aren't there. I think it's a constant battle about how far you're going to push, leaning into the numbers. But with all these net ratings and the ways that you can start to digest what it is that guys are producing on the floor, teams are getting smarter and smarter.
Here's Goodwin. Ooh, too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Bucks.
Yeah, what stood out to me was their passing. They moved the ball effortlessly and have been able to find those holes in the defense.
Well, they've also put an emphasis on driving inside. In this game, the defense hasn't been able to stop them from finding those gaps.
6 to shoot. Here's Doncic. It's tipped.
What I like about Sarr as a shot blocker, he can do it anywhere on the floor. And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will keep it.
Into the lineup for Seattle, number 0, Ryan Dunn.
Morant with it. And Kentavious Caldwell-Pope picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
And let's face it, they won't get back in the game with fouls like that.
And Seattle calls time here.
Your Seattle answers.
And here's Morant. Drives to the hoop. And counted. 8 of 14 now. He's rolling.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Pass to Alexander Walker. On the wing, Caldwell-Pope. Deflected!
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Here's Sarr. And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, BA. Not sure what got into him.
Morant looking for an opening. Pass to Sarr. Outside for Morant. 4 on the clock. Lets the 3 fly. Good. He's been great in this one. 9 for 15 after that shot.
Yeah, Morant showing a bit of confidence knocking down that 3.
Caldwell-Pope for 3. Sarr pulls it in. They swipe it. Alexander Walker with it. Guarded by Morant. Here's Claxton. Outside, Caldwell-Pope. Down low. Here's George. Ja Morant grabs a miss. And so it's Morant who brings up the ball for Milwaukee. Well, when this game is over and done with, they'll be off to Utah to take on the Jazz. That'll be the second of 4 games total on the road for them. Inside. Here's Claxton. Outside, Caldwell-Pope. Pass to Claxton. 5 on the clock. Dunn outside. The 3 is up. Is rebounded by Okoro. Now for an update on the injury to Luka Doncic. Let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks. I caught up with the head athletic trainer for Seattle. He said the ankle is definitely swelling, but at this point, they're thinking it's only a sprain. It is a major loss right in the thick of the season. Other guys will have to step up. Let's see who answers the call.
Well, and Allie, it appears that he needs some work done before he comes back to this one.
And we all know that if it's something he can play through, he'll be back, no doubt.
Caldwell-Pope's shot is off.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts, but otherwise the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
Pass to Caldwell-Pope.
2 minutes.
Outside, Alexander Walker. Wagner with a steal. Now here's Morant. From deep, Sarr. It doesn't go for him. To end the drought. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. Here's Morant. And he drives in. Morant with the slam!
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Bucks.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
Man, this is a nice victory for them. It's win number 14 of the year.
And with this one all but in the record books, they set the tone in the first of what will be only 2 meetings between these teams.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Ja Morant.
Now, this was a showcase night of his skills offensively.
The kick out to White. Good, and the setup by Morant.
And they came in here with some attitude, and it brought out their best play.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight, getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock.
Well, the fact that he has that many rebounds for a guy of his size and stature shows you he truly cares about grabbing possessions off the rim.
And the foul called on Nickeil Alexander-Walker. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul, third team foul. Substitution on the court.
Now Anthony. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And they forced the shot clock violation. Great D.
Seattle ball.
So this one belongs to the Bucks. To walk into enemy territory and deliver a performance like that, that says a lot about this squad.
They really came in looking confident and didn't let anything